Arsenal 3, Luton 4. You might as well write the Premier League title. You might as well call it off because this team, they do comebacks. They keep clean sheets. They do late winners. What more do you expect from this club? Last season, we needed someone like Declan Rice. Liverpool, when they won the league, they had a marquee signing. Who was that? Virgil van Dijk. We have our marquee signing. We have that player that's taken us to that next level. There's nothing more you can say about this club. They've done it. And I can't wait. I can't wait to go into the last part of the season with this team because we're not bottling it. Anyone that says that we've gone 5 points clean last season, we bottled it. This season, we're not bottling it. We're actually going to do it. Come on, boys, man. I am so gassed. I am so gassed.
Oh. All right, now, welcome to Footy Judge Mode. This has been your boy Daud, giving it to everybody. I gave him the floor. I gave him the mic because he's the one who's back in the club. But we're here for a great show for you people with all opinions. Northside will be joining us hopefully soon. But you can see they're winning games. How many points are they on now? 36 points, if I'm not mistaken. 6 points ahead of Manchester City. Everybody told me there will be 10 points by now behind Manchester City. 5 points at the top. Maybe not playing the most fluid football, but they scored 4 goals today, so we cannot fault that. So people, hit that like button for us, please. Smash the like, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'm here with Martin, Brandon, Mohammed Salah, of course, and Alex, of course, who keeps turning on and off the lights. And of course, Dawood, of course, people. I'm going to start with Brandon. Talk to me, boy.
That was nervy, Mo, to be honest with you, weren't it? Let's be real. I always knew going to Luton was going to be tough. Let's be real about it. I don't care what anybody says, 17th in the league or not, that was always going to be a tough game. Hostile atmosphere. They don't have, I think they only have like a 20,000 seated stadium or something like that, but they're so close to the pitch. It could be very hostile there. You know, they've taken some good results as well from some top teams in the league this season. You know, Spurs struggled when they went there. You know, when all the Spurs fans were crying out about we're going to win the league and this, that and the other. And they, you know, they only just about beat them. Then, of course, Liverpool as well. Only got a draw out of it. So this was always going to be a tough game. But what I didn't expect was 2 absolute clangers from David Raya. And I think, you know, obviously we're going to talk about him. And just to give you my opinion on it, and I've always maintained this as well, I'm not so sure David Raya is an upgrade on Aaron Ramsdale. I don't think there's much difference between the two of them at all, to be honest with you. You know, we was told when he came in that he's better than Aaron Ramsdale at collecting crosses. We see that tonight, you know, with the second goal. Clearly not. You know, and then the third goal, letting it roll under his arm, you know, it's unforgivable mistakes made by him, to be honest with you. And he almost cost us the points because, let's be real, we had control of the game. We had the majority of the possession. Yes, I don't think we created too many clear-cut chances other than the goals, but we were the better side overall. Kai Havertz tonight, brilliant. And obviously I haven't been around for the last couple of weeks. Mo knows why. I've had, minor operation and all that. But I have obviously kept an eye on Arsenal, and recent performances, we're starting to look like Arsenal of last season again. Kai Havertz has been very good, over the last couple of weeks. The front three is starting to click now as well. Martin Odegaard coming back from his injury has obviously helped in that regard as well. Just on Martin Odegaard as well, like I don't think he performed. I don't have any problems with his performance tonight, but he needs to get in the gym ASAP, because watching him get bodied by Ross Barkley is not the one. Do you know what I mean? Not the one at all. And of course, Kivior, I don't think he had a great game. But aside from that, I think it was good value for the 3 points. It's just a bit of a shock, really, to concede 3 goals against 17th place Luton. But yeah, I mean, we just got to continue it on. And we've got tough fixtures coming up. We've got Aston Villa next. Then we've got to go to Anfield as well. And these are the games that are really going to show where we are as a football club. But in my opinion, what we're showing right now is a team that has matured from last season, from the disappointment of last season. We've added the likes of Declan Rice, who, in my opinion, is the signing of the season. £100 million bargain. Yeah, because he has carried this Arsenal team so far this season. Even when we've not performed well, Declan Rice has stood out in the crowd, and he has been the best player in terms of performance in this Arsenal side, week in, week out, by an absolute country mile. And I don't think he had his greatest game today, but he come up trumps again, when you need him most. And he did that against Manchester United as well, to win us the game. So we got a player there that is clutch, and hopefully he can be the difference between us going on to actually win the league this season rather than not win the league. And let's be real, just to give everybody an idea of how much of an impact Declan Rice has made at Arsenal, I don't see anybody at all saying we miss Thomas Partey. And last season, towards the end of last season, when we should have won the league and we failed in them last 8 games, Thomas Partey being out injured was a big part of the reason why we didn't win the league. And him dropping absolute stinkers as well. Now we've got somebody who performs consistently week in, week out, and we don't miss Thomas Partey. Imagine when Thomas Partey comes back into this team.
Oh my God! Forget about him. He's not coming back.
He might not come back, bro. But
he's not coming back. He's not.
We've still got elements, of improvements that can be made. I think, when Urian Timber comes back from injury, you're going to see a big difference in terms of defensively as well. Although defensively, up until, the 3 goals that we conceded today, we've had the best defensive record in the league anyway. And the only real question mark, I think, at the moment is the goalkeeper, because, we all question Kai Havertz. I was, a big questioner of Kai Havertz, but in recent weeks, we've started to see him take on that kind of Granit Xhaka role that we see from last season. He's picking up them positions further forward.
So, yeah,
he
has been absolutely great. Well. Yes, yeah, he has been absolutely good. Listen, Kai Havertz isn't the best guy on the pitch playing the ball, but today he came clutch. Gabriel Jesus is the same. I'm going to come to Martin, but I want to ask Alex a question. Is this a performance of a team that will win the league, a resilience, or should they be worried about it? They're away at Luton. The goalkeeper made 2 mistakes. Any other team would have collapsed after these 2 mistakes, would have put their head down. They kept going until they won in the last minute. Is that a positive for you, or do you think they should be still worried about it? They scored 4 goals, which is everybody. Me and you actually sat here, Alex, and said they're not fluid, they're not creating chances, but now their defense let them down. Their goalkeeper, to be honest, let them down, but their offense kind of saved them. So do you see that as a positive or negative?
Was offense saved them? That's what Rice was the winner. So offense.
No, Gabriel Jesus involved in 3 goals today. What else do we want? 3 goals, assist, header, and he is the one with the
yeah. Let's rewind back. I think actually we played fine, but I don't think it was
It wasn't
How
an
you
amazing
can-
performance.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't 5-0,
It wasn't.
4-0. Yes.
It's not that, and nobody was expecting 5-0 whatever, because it's not that kind of game. But I was thinking the control of the game should be more from Arsenal. I was way more thinking like that the game was gonna, first of all, to give the chances that they give
They
to
didn't give any
Luton.
chances, Alex. They give 2 chances. The set pieces. That's it. And the goal. That was it.
Yeah, but to get the set pieces in the corners, where would the players at to get the corners?
You are
Would they
expecting
know in
Arsenal to go
defense?
the whole game without 2 corners, Alex. Is
Do
that
what?
your argument? Are you expecting
No,
Arsenal to go?
that's not an argument. I don't understand what we're talking about. I'm talking about the defense with fine, but to say that this is the kind of like the game that should be very encourage them, I don't think that's the game you should put it on. I've been saying it from the beginning. Clutch moments for the teams to win the games in the 90th minute. It shouldn't be coming in November, December, or October. Those clutch games should be at the second half of the season, because nobody cares about them at the October. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to do that in March. If you doing that throughout the first part of the season, that means that something is not right. If you collecting the points barely, why nobody sees those that kind of why?
Can I just jump in here, right? And
Can I get Martin a chance to answer?
Yeah.
I know you. Can I get Martin, because go
Sorry,
ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying to a degree.
Here we go.
The reason why I say that you kind of have to look on this game as a more of a positive is because of where it puts us in terms of the league, in terms of points as well. Like, we've gone 5 points clear today. If we'd have drawn that game, Liverpool have an opportunity to, go level on points with us. City, if they win their game, all of a sudden they're 1 point behind us again. So we kind of made a small gap. I know it doesn't really matter at this moment in time because it's still early
can I
on.
interrupt you now?
Yeah. Go for
Let
it.
me. I see what you said. It's like Texas Hold'em. I see what you raised, and I raise you again. Again, I understand what you're saying. The points are actually decent argument to have, but the points in the gap does not become at the beginning of a season. At the beginning of the season to the midterms of the season, you try to establish yourself as a team and build that team the way you want to play. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Do you not for example, since the beginning of this season, because I agree, I don't think, like, if you go back to our first, like, say 8 games of the season, I don't think Arsenal have been particularly great. I do think we've made improvements over this last couple of weeks, though, where we are starting to see performances from us. Okay, you didn't see that today.
I will again. Let's bring those performances, the teams that you played against, that you said that your performance are better. Bring up the team that you played against, and I will tell you that that's a difference between Arsenal playing against specific teams and the Arsenal plays against the different teams. Arsenal people. One more thing. I think like the only thing I heard from Arsenal fans saying, like, look, and I don't have Arsenal is not my most hateful club. I actually hate Liverpool more than anybody, so I don't really care. But I'm saying that Arsenal keeps saying that they have a better defense, but it's actually not, because you at the end you still conceding. You conceding and you coming back.
But
that's my point.
Yeah, but statistically, and up until we conceded the 3 goals today, we've only conceded, what was it, 6 goals all season? We had the best defensive record this season. We've now got the joint best defensive record with Liverpool.
Okay.
And it's only because David Raya made 2 mistakes today, and we conceded them goals. We conceded. So it is what it is. But up until that point, we have had the best defensive record in the league. And that's been the most impressive thing about Arsenal this season, is our defence. Where we wasn't clicking was in the attacking areas. Now we're starting to click in the attacking areas, and we just need our goalkeeper to fix up real quick, because he cannot be doing stuff like he has been tonight.
Martin has to jump in. Yeah, let me just, guys, there's 350 people here. Can we get the likes up a little bit to 100, 150, guys? Hit that like button underneath the live chat here. Akil here is saying, been awake since 4:30 to watch this team. If it wasn't for Raya, we're looking at 3-1, 4-1. I agree. December is our acid test. Aston Villa, Brighton, and Liverpool. Absolutely fair enough, Akil. Of course, if you go past these teams, you'll be playing 17 games, still top of the league. Enigma saying, bro, we win and you want to be low energy and thoughtful. Tonight is time to act a fool. Give Dawood the mic. Chelsea fan, we don't care. All right, Alex, you already rattled people. Northside just joined. I'm going to get him in. Akil is saying, biggest lot of bullshit I've heard. If we don't collect these points now, we won't be there in March. Every league winner has had last minute winners. So, well, Alex, you can respond. Martin, you want to respond?
How many late winners we already have at this part of it?
I don't think it really matters. Like, I think the reason why we have so many late winners is because we would not accept anything other than a win in these scenarios, especially at Luton. I think everyone was kind of thinking like a 3-0, 4-0, and then we look at the history of Arsenal versus Luton, and I think we'd lost or drawn like the last 10 encounters away at Luton since 1980, whatever. So going into the game, I didn't really know what to expect. And then I was kind of expecting Trossard to start and give us a bit more fluidity that everyone's like hyping up about, but Havertz actually had one of his best games for us. I think he was really like battling everyone in the midfield and winning possession. I think that we had a few passengers. I saw a lot of hate for Martinelli, even though he scored the goal and had our second shot. I think should have almost been a goal. But it's just the way it is with the Arsenal fan base, is that we have someone who we are like mad at all the time. So Havertz, it's been 7 months of whatever, of like everyone saying that Havertz is going to ruin Arsenal, and Arteta's, what was it, Mo? He's wearing some shoes that are too tight, and he's refusing stubbornly, like an arrogant manager, to like change the system. But you've just got to give these players time. And I think it's the same with Raya. I don't actually think it's Arteta. I think it's his goalkeeping coach.
But I think he got it wrong today. So do you want to honest my opinion, honestly?
Who got it wrong?
Arteta today. You guys want an honest opinion, right?
Number
one, Kivior looked out of position every time he got the ball. Very nervous. Give the ball away. Couldn't dribble. Couldn't pass. Didn't know what to do.
But Zinchenko cost us last game. Everyone was saying he should be out of the team.
Okay, so I'm going to argue that back. But Zinchenko offensive. You're playing against Luton. You should be on the front foot. Him making a defensive error, right? Him making a defensive error. Zinchenko doesn't take away from he assisted the goal. He was really good in going forward, Zinchenko, last game. You can talk all the same as we talk about Trent. What Zinchenko offered today, it showed the lack of offensive ability for Kivior.
I'm his biggest fan, but everyone hates on everyone.
I'm not. I think he should play in the midfield. What happened today? I'm not taking away from the positives about Arsenal today, because that's a fight. That's a win. That's credit to Declan Rice for being there. Credit to Odegaard for putting the cross. Absolutely brilliant after failing again and again in corners. Saka didn't put a good corners. However, Arteta was stubborn today again, because Kai Havertz, as good as he was, the reason why Kivior started today is because he wanted Kai Havertz to be a second forward. I'm talking tactics now. I'm not being negative. I'm talking tactics. Kai Havertz was very high on the pitch. Which, credit to Arteta. The problem is Martin Odegaard was asked to do defensive work, and Martin Odegaard cannot defend. He got outrun, and Declan Rice was left dry in the midfield. Tactically, that's what happened.
Well,
Kivior didn't have a pass.
I'm the biggest fan of Zinchenko. I think that without him, we don't have control of the game. But I didn't think that we would need him against Luton. But what I wasn't expecting was prime Sean Dyche's Everton out there that were like...
Absolutely. You're absolutely wrong, Martin. I'm going to stop you here because I'm watching the game. And the first note I have in my notes says that Luton did not sit back. Luton
no, they didn't sit back. But they didn't sit back. But they
so what are you saying, Sean
every time they got the ball, they just lumped it in the air right at our defenders. I
think
but
they didn't.
So
that's them. They're giving you the ball, right?
Yeah, but it breaks the game.
But what did you do? They didn't defend against you.
Foul on the second ball. The ref's not calling fouls in that kind of scenario. Any kind of like mild foul. So we were losing duels. We were getting bodied, and Raya was having an absolute shocker. But I wouldn't say that that's the biggest thing to take out of this game. For me, the way that we came back from 3-2, I mean, every group chat was full of rivals. They were so thirsty for our death today. And yeah, we live to fight another day. We go 5 points clear, and People will try and turn it into a negative scenario. You should be focusing on this. You should be focusing on that. We just keep our heads down.
They were very tough and physical. I agree with you. Very tough. And I expected better from some of the players at Arsenal, to be honest. But anyway, Mohammed, you wanted to say something before Northside comes in?
Yeah. So obviously, Daud, we've been on this together for the last couple of weeks, and every week, we've made it a thing of me versus Arsenal, me pulling out all the negatives of Arsenal. That's completely different today. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm here to praise and talk good about Arsenal, because even though what Alex is saying is accurate, you're supposed to be pulling these late-minute winners at the end of the season. We've seen it with Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea and Man United over the last decade, you dominate the first half of the season, and you get these 90-minute winners later on, those 1-0s. You know what I'm trying to say? So that is kind of worrying. I completely agree with that. But at the same time, Arsenal are finding so many different ways to win games. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're controlling games. The one negative about today was the fact that they didn't control the game as much as they would have liked. I feel like that is kind of a negative point. But we've seen Arsenal win games by controlling. We've seen Arsenal in the Champions League win games by blitzing teams. We've seen Arsenal winning games by scoring last-minute winners. So I feel like the foundation is there for Arsenal to go on and win the league, even though I didn't give them a chance a few weeks ago, because I was like, okay, you know, they're going to crumble. But you're seeing things every week that show that Arsenal are a serious team, and they are a different team to what they were last year. And back to what Daud said at the beginning, Declan Rice is a ceiling raiser. Like, that is a player that you bring in to completely to change the dynamic of your team completely. You feel me? At the start of the season, I was like, 100 million is the going rate for any good midfielder. It is what it is. I don't think he's going to make that big of a difference. But boy, was I wrong. He is absolutely incredible, and that is a person that you can rely on to give you at least an 8 or 9 out of 10 absolutely every single week. So he could be the player that takes them over the top. And one final thing about Raya and Ramsdale, I feel like the Raya signing didn't really make sense. If you're going to bench Ramsdale, get someone that is significantly better than him. Raya and Ramsdale, they're kind of the same tier and bracket of goalkeeper. So why would you break the confidence of Ramsdale to bring in Raya, who's going to give you similar performances to Ramsdale anyway?
Can I answer that?
I didn't really understand it, but all in all, man, Arsenal have been impressive, man.
Can I get Northside's take on the game, please? Because I'm not sure if he's upset. Actually, I can't tell if he's upset or he's happy. I actually don't know.
No.
Are you upset or are you happy? Like, are you not happy?
I'm not happy with that performance. No, I'm not, because that's not sustainable. Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. Sustainable.
Yeah, it's not. But at the same time, they're winning games.
It's not sustainable. You don't need to be grinding up performances at the start of the season or quarter of the way through the season. You need to grind up performances in May or the last 10 games. You don't need to grind out performances right now. It's easier to perform and grind up performances when you've actually got confidence in the team and the team is actually fluid and playing well and defending well and attacking well. The problem is here is I've been saying for weeks, this midfield doesn't create enough, and they don't. But these days, as long as you score a goal or you get one assist, it doesn't matter what you do for the rest of the 90 minutes. Cool. Yeah, the lack of hindsight for this football club is why we haven't won nothing for 20 years. And everything I keep hearing the same bookery I heard last season. Oh, just be happy. Oh, we won. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, we're getting through. Yeah. It's the same thing when we were 8 points clear last season. And what happened? Oh, yeah. We don't have a clinical striker. Oh, yeah. This manager's taking too long to make substitutions. The Luton's manager's making substitutions when they're 3-2 up. We're taken to the 65th minute. Is Arsene Wenger back in the dugout? Because that's what we used to get on to Wenger about. What are we talking about here? Havertz ain't doing enough for me. Odegaard, for 18 minutes getting pressed, that Filo da Puta done nothing, bro. Looking like Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, doing nothing, bro. Side-to-side movement, doing nothing. Yeah? But, oh, he's our captain. Oh, he looks good next to a puppy. Do I care? Do I care? No, I don't. Kivior, are you trying to be the next Xhaka? Because you should have saw a red card. I bet none of the Arsenal fans are going to come out with, oh, VAR's against us. Yeah, what about that? Because that's something that went in our favor. Yeah? So what about that? What about that? Because he should have seen a red. That was dangerous play. That was high studs. He should have seen a red. Yeah?
High studs. We should have got like 3 penalties, man. They were just going on like a rant.
Yeah? Top Gooners ain't going to say nothing about that. Last season, all gassing up Ramsdale to me. Oh, Ramsdale. Now we got Raya. Oh, Raya. What was that from Raya? Yeah? Set pieces flapping out like Flappy Birds. Then on the second one, he looked like a Spanish Ricky Martin Onana version. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You trying to be the Ricky Martin version of Onana, bro? What are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? The third goal, all these fake ass prophets, yeah? Odegaard, slide tackling. What are you slide tackling, bro? You ain't Roy Keane, you ain't Vieira. What are you slide tackling? Man got left. Kai Havertz got put on his bum. Another one. Then Ben White, what were you doing? You didn't close your man down. And Raya doesn't close the angle and it goes underneath. Yeah? But it doesn't matter because we've got the 3 points. Yeah? And this is why we're never going to win the league until we look at our deficiencies instead of brushing it under the
I don't know. Did we win? I feel like we won.
Yo, can I
Okay,
respond to that?
no. Hold on.
As a
And I want North side.
As a neutral, can I just respond to
Hold on, Mohammed. I'm sorry.
that? Go on.
I want specific
analysis.
points. North side. I want specific points. He raised specific points, and I'm to be honest with you, the reason why I asked North side here and I asked Martin and Brandon and Dawood because I want to discuss these points. It's not because I want. Northside raised a lot of points, and I want to discuss them. So Dawood, Northside raised a lot of points. Let me do the super chats, and then you can respond to these points. It's just objective talk. He said Kivior is not good enough. Odegaard wasn't good today. The midfield didn't create enough. David Raya is not better than Ramsdale. The manager waited so long to make changes. These are the points. Enigma saying this party pooper. Nobody wants to see you. We win. I get it. But I've been called many times to get North side. And why do you get only North side? And then when I get Dawood, why do you only get Dawood? Why do you get only Brandon? Here you go. Everybody's here. Negative, positive. You can call negative. You can call realist. You can call over positive. It is what it is. James Bond is on North side. You've been saying it now, I believe. Worthless, these players. You got both sides, North side. Dawood.
Okay. First point, we won the game. Okay. We won the game. Something that we struggled to do last season. Where we're not performing well last season. We find ways to win. Against Brentford, we didn't perform well. We found a way to win. Today, we didn't perform well. We found a way to win. One thing I'm positive about is that these players never give up until the 90th minute. Okay. There's a reason why we've only lost one game this season. It's because we've got that. That undefeated mentality where we go until it's not possible. And everyone knew, even the neutrals knew that Arsenal are going to win this game. We've got that in us now where it's okay when Fergie does it for Man United, where he's always getting last minute winners. But when Arteta starts doing it now, these players are doing it too early. They're doing it too early. The reason why last season we lost the league is because we did the match winners that we had weren't enough. Now we've got players like Havertz, and you can laugh at Havertz, you can laugh at Rice. We've got two players now on the pitch that get match winners, okay? How many times did Partey and Granit Xhaka get match winners last season for Arsenal? I can't remember any. But we've got players now with Saka, with Jesus, with Martinelli. You can put your hand on your face, you're 10th, bro. We're first, we're 5 points clear. Okay.
So we're going invincible. Did you come out and said we're going invincible? Is that still on? We're going to win the treble, yeah?
Okay, stick to TikTok. Let him respond.
Yeah, let me land. Let me land.
That's his predictions. I want to know if it's still on. Why are you laughing?
He said by December, Kai Havertz is going to be the toppest goal scorer in Premier League. Remember that?
No. He said he's going to be one of the top three midfielders, man.
We know Dawood.
Listen, Dawood.
We know Dawood gets lost in the sauce, man. We can't quote Dawood, man.
Bro,
he gets excited, man. We know Dawood, man. You can't take him seriously too tough, man. You know that.
All I'm saying is,
you just said you can't take him seriously, so why we listening to him?
We go through the same cycle every week. We go through the same cycle. Dawood will say a statement by the end of the stream,
my statements recently, the statements that I've made.
But for the first time,
I've said,
bro, he said one time what
the
Daud
statements
said,
that I've made. Can I say before you have your say?
Can he have his say, guys?
Before you have your say,
you guys, three of you just. Alex didn't, but two of you just
jumped on. I don't know if he still believes it. Okay. He said the team.
I'm on his side. Let him say the statement, and then you can debunk it. I don't want to speak over each other.
The reason why I'm confident this season more than any other season is because you can laugh at this season more than any other season.
Finish, Dawood. Why you just finish?
I see Man City going back, as in like they've lost match winners as in Mahrez and Gundogan. Okay, we've strengthened. Okay, they've gone backwards. Man City last season are beating Spurs. That game they played against Spurs in the weekend, they're beating Spurs. Okay, this season they don't have enough match winners. Okay, they've got Kevin De Bruyne that's injured. We'll see what happens with Man City after Kevin De Bruyne comes back. But if we have a bigger gap until Kevin De Bruyne comes back. If we've got an 8 to 9 point lead against Man City, especially with the team that we have, I don't see Man City closing that gap this season.
Thank you for
They did it
getting
last
about
season,
Liverpool. I think you're
But
forgetting
Liverpool
about
not winning the title.
Liverpool.
I'm sorry. When Liverpool win 4-3 against Fulham at Anfield, okay, and they get how many late winners have
What?
Liverpool got
Hold
this
on,
season?
hold on,
Yeah, but
hold
then
on.
you're
Wait,
praising
one second.
Arsenal for
One
late
second.
winners.
Oh,
You're
I
praising
got him.
Arsenal today for
I
a late
got him.
winner.
No, but
You
one
just did the
second.
same
When
thing.
Liverpool,
No, you're a hypocrite.
I
when-
got
Why?
him.
Why do you
When
score
Liverpool-
own goals? Why do you
No,
score
but
an own goal? Because
when Liverpool get one second. When Liverpool get late winners all the time, you man don't say anything about Liverpool, or it's too early for them to be getting match winners. But
No, you're
when
saying-
Arsenal do it, you say Arsenal peaked. You can't be doing
Yeah,
this
and now
early.
you're praising
It-
Arsenal based
it-
off late winners. What are you talking
No,
about?
but for me, I don't care. For me, I don't care. I haven't said once that getting late winners is wrong.
Hold on, Dawood. Let me respond to that because I spoke about it off air. Late winner against a team away from home that is resilient, that is physical, and after your goalkeeper makes 2 mistakes. Any other team would fall down. Head would be down. Your
1,000,000%.
goalkeeper make two basic mistakes. That corner kick, by the
I
way,
was Liverpool
shouted-
goalkeeper that scored the goal at the
he
way.
didn't make 2 mistakes like these, Alex. Come on,
No.
be realistic.
Why was that? No. I'm not talking about the. I'm talking about the
Who left?
Liverpool goalkeeper when he scored the winner.
Yeah, but
Remember
Dad can't
when
make
Liverpool-
a point of, oh,
Yeah,
why
that's
can't we
Allison
pick up
like
Arsenal?
2 seasons ago. My point is this game, if you want to talk tactically, because people ask about the tactics this game, right? To be honest with you, Arteta got it wrong. Do we want
Why?
a reality or not?
Why?
What do you want to phone?
Luton did nothing against us. We
Exact-
scored 2 goals against. It wasn't because of tactics, Mo. It was literally self-sabotage.
I'm gonna. So
my
I
goalkeeper.
normally do this. Okay, I normally do this to get to a conclusion. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and then you will get to the conclusion that I want. Did Kivior play well or contribute anything offensively or defensively?
No.
Answer the
Well,
wood.
he
The
wasn't
question
the
is for
reason
you.
why we conceded them 3 goals. He wasn't
Okay,
the
it's
reason
not
why.
about that. I'm talking about tactically in the game. You should have been cruising, especially after scoring early in the 19th minute.
I wouldn't
Right?
say he didn't get beaten. He's a defender. His
But
main
you can
job
say,
was-
you can say
Bro,
the same thing.
Bro,
You can
he
say
lost
same
the
thing,
ball
Mo.
5 times in the
Yo,
span
Mo,
of 30
Mo,
minutes.
you can say
Everyone
the
lost
same
the ball.
thing. Saliba didn't have his best game today. Gabriel
Yeah.
Magalhaes didn't have his best game today. Okay, so you can't be just saying, is it because of Kiwior? Because of the
Okay, let me
reason
ask
why?
you something. Odegaard was dropping deep, so credit to Arteta to have it. And everybody, by the way, everybody can chime in. Brandon, Northside, Alex. Kai Havertz was very high on the pitch. Credit to Arteta. But who was asked to defend next to Declan Rice, Dawood?
We shouldn't be defending.
It's very
We-
obvious, by the way.
They just kicked the ball over midfield anyway. Like it wasn't really like a
No,
game.
they didn't. That's a complete
They did.
lie.
Every attack.
Do
they
you,
just
do you know? No. Don't even give me that. Do you know how many times Odegaard got bodied by Ross Barkley?
Okay, yeah, no, Ross Barkley had a
Ross
great
Barkley
game.
by
Ross
himself.
Barkley had a
I'm
great
not,
game.
I'm not
Bypassing
taking,
the
listen,
midfield
I'm not
by
taking it
himself.
away from Ross Barkley. I'm not saying Ross Barkley didn't
Yeah,
have a
but this
good-
is Ross
Ross
Barkley. He
Barkley
shouldn't
performed
be
excellently.
bypassing. I'm sorry. Ross Barkley, people, should not be bypassing Arsenal's midfield that will win the league. And I'm not taking anything away from the win. Declan Rice is clutch. I thought Saka was very good today. I thought Gabriel Jesus was very good. Getting involved in 3 goals, very good. That header, the movement. Kai Havertz scoring goals is very good. Martinelli, that finish isn't bad, right? Trossard tried. But I think tactically, you could have, as Alex and Northside and Brandon said, you could have controlled the game more because it was there for the taking. Luton were actually coming out of their shells. Luton tried
Exactly.
to play Saliba and Gabriel.
I
And
don't
you,
think
Dawood, sat with me here, and I saw your TikTok. You said when teams go at us, we should be blowing them away. But you weren't.
Yes.
You didn't.
No,
That's
but
the
it
thing.
wasn't because of the tactic. It wasn't because of the attacking players. We would have won that game 3-4-0 if it wasn't because of Raya. We know that today he's just an exception.
Luton Town main thing was the guy was driving the ball to the corner kick to get a corner. By the way, they weren't trying to create a play. They literally went to do set pieces.
And then you talk about
I'm
Mike Odegaard
sorry.
getting bullied. Can I just say,
one-
you talk about Mike Odegaard getting bullied in midfield, okay? Mike Odegaard today, the reason why he played Odegaard and Havertz in front of Rice is because we thought, as Arsenal fans, that Luton were going to sit back the whole game where we didn't need to play 2 central midfielders, okay? Odegaard's not playing as a central midfielder in all the other games. When we play Villa, he's not going to play Odegaard as a central midfielder, okay? So today was an exception. We're saying Odegaard got bullied. The guy got the assist for the
It's
match
not an
winner.
exception,
okay?
Dale.
He got the assist for the
Odegaard
match
always
winner.
gets- No,
Okay,
Odegaard always
it's
gets
not
pressed.
an
No, don't
exception.
One at a
even
time.
try. Don't
One
even
at a
try.
time.
Dowd, It's
No,
not
don't
an
even-
exception, my
but-
friend.
but
And the
I
reason
think-
why we see poor performances from Odegaard away from home is because when you go away from home, especially against teams like Luton, who try and make it physical, that's where Odegaard falls down. When it becomes a physical battle, that's where Odegaard struggles. And he got bodied by Ross
But he
Barkley
came clutch.
on a number
Can
of
you give him
occasions
that at
today.
least, people? At the end, he
I
came
think-
clutch.
I think.
No, but
I
that doesn't
think-
You don't have him
Look,
on the
let-
team.
It doesn't take
let
away
me
from
ask-
the performance nor side. I'm gonna
Let me ask
go ahead, Ali.
Arsenal fans a real question.
Can I do
I'm
the
not
super
like
chat before you
like
go?
if
Because
you're
we have
gonna
now-
if we're gonna analyze specific game, you can always say to me, yes, we won, and I will lose, and you can tell me you didn't. I'm no real. My point to you is, I'm not looking at Arsenal just for one game. I'm looking at Arsenal as the title contenders. So I'm gonna ask you questions as a title contenders team. So if you're gonna be upset every time somebody's asking you, as a team that's supposed to be challenged for title, if you're gonna get upset, you might as well get yourself a bigger mirror, because that's the only way you're gonna get answers you like. Because the world is bigger than just your opinion, and that's what we're trying to say. I'm telling you, when Mo asked me a question, if you think this game should give him confidence in the future, how you're supposed to give you confidence in the future if you conceded 3 goals?
And
Yeah,
this
but
is
was it
against
the
a Luton.
manager's fault? Like we were talking about Mo saying that Arteta, like,
Do you see what I'm
messed this
saying?
game up. Was
I
it the manager?
actually,
We're just trying to get
that's
to
what
the-
I thought. I thought Kivior was a gamble today, and there is a reason why in minute 25 Zinchenko went up to warm up.
But
He's not an idiot. He saw the
No, no, no,
hole,
because we had
but
to
he
win the
didn't
game.
switch it.
We had
Yo,
to win the
this-
game. Why are you
yo,
going to play
this
centre
whole-
back if you
Yo,
need
one
to
sec.
win the game?
I feel like this whole just running negativity on Arsenal is kind of forced. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like if you want to nitpick every single game, you can do that. Like if you want to, like you can look at a 3-0 comfortable victory and you can say this person was bad, this person was bad. At this minute 62, this player didn't do this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's way more positives to take than negatives from this game. I don't understand how you can deduce so
No,
many
there's not.
negatives
No,
from this
there's
game.
not.
Listen,
I don't
no,
get
there's
it.
not. No, there's
Guys,
not.
I'm sorry.
What you're
North
saying
side
is
have to
right.
go.
Some
North
facts.
side have to go, and I know Brandon have to go as well in a bit. And I want to give them what they think about this. There is one super chat. I saw Raz. I see your super chats. He's saying bottom right is drunk. He's talking about North side. Blah blah blah. No one cares. I think it's objective. We all talk about the game. Take the magnums away from North side. Thank you, Raz.
Hand them out to the super fans because they clearly are going to get a reality check at the end of the season.
Omar Rushdie is saying, why are we expecting to play position football? Nobody's expecting Luton. This one is the one I want everybody to comment, and I want to get Northside and Brandon. Akil here went back and said, which is I appreciate the super chat. He said, can we sum this up really easy? Wrong tactics setup, saved by spirited performances. I would have played J9, Gabriel Jesus, Rice, Odegaard, and Zinchenko less end to end. I agree with him. It was it's wrong.
No.
Okay,
I
let me
think-
get North side and then I'm gonna get you, Martin, because they have to go. Sorry, Martin. I apologize.
I was ready to go. But let's hear Northside's rant.
All right. Listen, my final opinion is this. When you're, I don't know who your name is with the glasses. I don't know what your name is.
Mohammed.
Okay, Mohammed. You're saying that we're nitpicking. It's not nitpicking. Daud at one point is saying, "Oh, we should praise Arsenal because we scored last-minute winners." But then,
No, Dawood's an exception. Dawood's like we know Dawood's on one end of the spectrum. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's an
North side.
I'm positive. That's where
And that's not.
Yes, he's a positive
I'm
fan.
not
He
saying
looks
anything
like a
wrong with it. I'm just saying Dawood's on an unbelievably, like his thing is different. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not defending Dawood or saying he's right because he's saying some wild shit. I'm just saying
Like us winning the league. Okay.
no, like us doing the treble and going invincible. Daud. How about that?
Things like
I
that.
think-
you know what I'm
Never
trying to
said that,
say?
never
For
said
you
that.
to
How
say
about that?
what
How's
North-
that going?
I think what Northside's trying to say is we are nitpicking.
So don't get it twisted. I'm not agreeing with Dawood or anything like we know Dawood's wild. I'm just saying like there are more positives to take from today's game than
There
negatives.
isn't, because
Yeah,
the
but
things
it
that I've been
Warrant-
complaining
it
about
warrant,
have
like,
not been
that much
worked on,
anger, you
bro.
feel me?
No,
The
it's
reason why
not.
we
The
nitpick,
narrative this
though-
season, this season, yeah, from fans like Daud. Oh, we're playing controlled football. Was it controlled when we lost against West Ham? Was it controlled against Newcastle? Was it controlled today? Was it controlled against Wolverhampton for the last 10, 15 minutes? It's squeaky bum time because we like to take our foot off the gas when 1-0 up or 2-0 up. We went up twice in this game and they came back into this game. And this is a Fulham team that spent £20 million. We spent £170 million on my midfield. I expect my midfield to be able to create. How about that? Yeah, and the bench is still not good enough. It ain't good enough. Trossard should have scored another goal. This is down to the manager. This is down to the way that we're playing. This controlled football is a load of crap. The most convincing we've looked is when we've reverted how we were playing last season. We were supposed to build off last season. Yes, you can play attacking football, but when we play this, we're controlling the game football, we don't look good enough defensively. Whether we play Kivior or we play Zinchenko left back, there's always a way that they can get through on that left-hand side. We're not convincing.
Only lost one game.
This is 4 years in, and we can't defend a set piece. We still don't have a target man. Yes, Jesus did well today.
We've got the best.
Hold on. When you were talking, I didn't intrude. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. So let me finish my point. I didn't intrude. Yeah, but I didn't ask you. Let me finish my point in it, because I'm gonna go. So let me finish my point. As I was saying, Martinelli today, scored. Ultimately, too many chances were wasteful. Yeah, we don't have any killers. The bench ain't fixed. The football this season of this new controlled system, we ain't looking that good. Yeah, and that is the reality. And anybody that's trying to say, but we're still winning games. We're still winning games last season. Ultimately, what happened? Oh yeah. The lack of hindsight caught up to us. But instead of learning from last season, it's, but we're top of the league. We're December champions. Cool. This fan base never learned. And the ones that want to keep going on with, everything is great. 20 years you've been wrong, but you talk like you're right. We still don't have a striker. I'm not finished. Yeah, can you wait? Yeah, thank you. We still don't have a striker that can score me 20 goals a season. We still don't have rotation for Saka. We don't have a number 10 that can play through the press. We don't have somebody like a Cazorla that can play from deep. Yeah, we don't have a left-sided fullback that can actually defend, because Kivior clearly can't defend and he can't attack. And Zinchenko's best attributes is going forward. Yeah, and now we got two goalkeepers that it looks like they're both bimbos. So how about that? But because we won today. Anyway, I'm off. Obviously, the top right, he's a bit rattled. Listen, love. And
thank you, Northside.
Northside is arrogant, because at the end of the day, I hate this narrative that everybody just has to get along with. Everything is amazing. Everything is not amazing.
You've hated everything for the last.
It's not in a relegation battle, though. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
before you go Northside,
the top right Undertaker is getting a bit rattled.
This much negativity, man, it's crazy. It's not necessary. Like, you're not in a relegation
because I haven't won a major honor in 20 years. It is necessary.
Let me explain though.
Brandon, you have to go.
If you're in a relegation scrap, I'd get it.
Northside, thank you so much.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Are there things that need to be improved? Yes, fair enough. Are there things that could be better? Cool. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, are there things that Arsenal could be doing better? 100%. But you're 5 points clear at the top of the table in December. I mean, like, things can't be that bad. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's crazy because I'm the one defending Arsenal. I'm the one that's always making fun of them. But it's like that level of negativity is insane to me.
There is a super chat that someone sent, and I need to read it. Tough Trooper saying Luton created less than 1 XG, joint best defensive record, joint second goal scored. Alex talking about conceding 3 goals. They created 0.6 XG. Come on, you Gooners. Well, I don't think XG actually reflect what happened in this game, because Ross Barkley's chance is a very good chance. And I'm going to let Brandon respond. And the 2 corners were, I thought the first one was
sorry,
a clear
before
header.
we go on, can I just go back to that stuff that Northside just said? Because he just talks for like 5 minutes and no one really listens to it, and then he just disappears. I feel like there's a negativity around Arsenal. You know it, Mo. I mean, you get called an Arsenal fan for defending us. But if the narrative is not like the sky is falling, then, we have to turn it into that somehow. So, yes, it wasn't perfect, but we just move on. We move in silence. We're not the best team in the world. We're not better than Liverpool. We're not better than Man City. We're just challenging for the league. That's it. Keep it chill. Anyway.
Brandon.
Brandon, can I tell you something? Sorry, before he goes. I actually there's always gonna be Arsenal fans that normal, and like somebody said, Daud. Like, if you would
what do you mean normal and Daud?
I'm sorry, but English is not my you know what I'm saying.
He's very positive, guys.
Positive, yeah.
No, but
the reason why I have to be extra positive.
You can't call the other side normal as well, though. That's not normal. They're on 2 completely ends. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? If anything, Daud more normal. Like, if anything, Dawood's more normal because he's just a positive, happy fan. You can't watch your own team. It's crazy to me.
No. That's not what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think Northside hates watching the team.
Come on,
I've
bro.
seen live streams when we score late
No, it's-
winners,
no,
Mo,
no,
and he doesn't
I've never
celebrate.
He's a
interacted with
Benfica
That's not
fan.
normal, bro.
Do you know what it
I-
feels like?
normal, bro.
It feels like he's got a pen and
I'm
paper.
not gonna
he's
listen.
got
No,
minute
Northside
15,
is not
so
here
and
to
so.
respond. Okay, listen. I got Northside here because I respect Northside and he sticks by his principles. I disagree with him on some points. I disagree with Dawood on some points, right? But I was asked to get both opinions to actually have and I thought we had objective talk.
No, we
I
didn't.
got a. I
we did.
still want to ask.
You can't have an objective talk with that person.
Look.
we didn't.
Can I ask you, Brendan? Right? Question.
Yes.
Do you, Brendan, believe that Arsenal is 100% winning the league just like Dawood?
No.
Oh, you, Brendan. No, I was talking about the other guy. What's that? Sorry, above me.
Martin.
Sorry. Martin, do you? I know, Brendan. I know your opinions. I've been watching you before. Martin, are you 100% sure that you're gonna win the league?
No.
And that's the difference. There is the difference between the fans that you don't know how to talk to because you not see those fans on regular basis. So, for example, everybody knows Dawood, but I don't know you. I don't know. I somehow know Brendan. So when people ask me about how I should talk about Arsenal, I'm talking about Arsenal based on Dawood's rhetoric. We're winning the league. We're doing that. So I'm answering that. If you would have asked me genuine question, what I think about, I think you played actually decent today. The other team really give you a fight, and it was like Newcastle and Chelsea. It was horrible for Chelsea. They literally punched us in the teeth. That's how physical they are against Chelsea. But you won. But I'm saying, like, when Mo asked me a genuine question, how you supposed to think to looking forward? That's a completely different question from what do you think of today's game. When you ask somebody, is it positive to go looking forward? It's somehow not positive, but at the same time, how many positive you already had this time by this period until the end of period? Because positive change. And if you've been around the game for a long time, if you've been lucky in the beginning of a season, it usually doesn't get at the end of a season.
I think it's mostly about perspective. Like, I've been watching Premier League since 96 or 95, really. So I've seen a lot of the drama. I've gone through all of the tough times. So to hear someone just not using actually objective logic, we can't have a proper conversation if you're carrying an agenda into the conversation. If it's too positive, it's useless. If it's too negative, it's useless. And Arsenal fans need to do two things. We need to stop looking for validation from like other fans. It's not about trying to make our players into world class when they're not.
But you need my validation.
Mo, I'm questioning you a little bit. This whole like anti-Arteta thing, it's not.
I am anti-Arteta.
Yeah, you think that he's
people
like
in the chat. I want a
Havertz.
yes or no. People in the chat that watch me daily. I want a yes or no. Everybody
I think
now.
he hurt you
Arteta
somewhere
Martin.
by signing
I'll
Am
Havertz.
I
voted yes.
anti-Arteta? Oh,
I'm not
This
gonna.
perspective though. Go on, say what you were saying because I'm interested in.
Because we're playing a long game here, right? All that we can really ask for and demand is that we're challenging, is that we're at the top. And this is what we lost for forever. And even when we were challenging under Wenger, it was an illusion. It was a sandcastle. We were trying to pass it in. We were a punchline. Now we're doing the things that we have to do. We're being ruthless with players. We're playing ruthless football. And I love to see it. It's a beautiful contrast to where we've come from. And I hope that the things which I'm seeing in this team are matching what we had in the late 90s and the early 2000s when they would be scared of us, when we were a physically dominant side. And that was a good test for us today. And Luton really put it on us for 94 minutes, basically. So I take some things out of it that are like different. I'm not part of the crew that needs to have someone to blame every loss, but also you need to be like not too positive. Just keep getting points quietly.
But that's reality.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Can I get Brandon?
Can I just say, and I kind of want to answer. Is it Mohammed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to answer your statement as well, where you're saying about the negativity and there shouldn't be any. It should all be positive.
Oh no, I didn't say that. I said that level of negativity is ridiculous. That's what I said. But I also said, are there things that Arsenal need to improve or can improve? Absolutely. Is there levels for Arsenal to hit? 100%. Like, are there concerns? Like with your goalkeeper, if the left side of defense, for example, there are concerns. Your midfield not creating enough chances, that's a concern. Odegaard not being as effective as he was last season, that's a concern, right? you not scoring enough goals is also a concern. But I'm saying you're still 5 points clear at the top of the table, and you still have the best defensive record in the Premier League. There are way more positives than negatives. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying there's no room for negativity. I'm just saying that level of negativity is ridiculous. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think what you're saying, spot on. And I think more Arsenal fans need to take that kind of perspective because, people put me on the same sort of category as, say, a League Gunner, a Northside, whatever. But most of what Northside just said there, I'm not in total agreement with him. But where I do agree with him is I don't see enough Arsenal fans nitpicking. And I think you have, when you're a challenger for a league title, if you want to win this Premier League, when you're up against the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool, sometimes you have to nitpick. Sometimes you have to say, cool, we won the game today, but guess what? Odegaard, you got bodied in the midfield, mate. Get yourself in the gym. David Raya, are you actually better than Aaron Ramsdale? Remains to be seen. Mikel Arteta, can you bring substitutions on earlier than the 70th minute? Yes, you can. So make sure you're doing it in the next game. These are the things where we need to, I feel that we need to have, objective arguments about, because at the moment we've got some people on one side saying, "Oh, I'll just be happy we won the game." Just be happy. It's okay. We shouldn't have conceded 3 goals, but we're still 5 points clear at the top of the league. At the end of the day, we see this last season. We got a last-minute winner against Bournemouth. Everybody thought, cool, this is a sign of champions. This is a sign where Arsenal were going to go on and win the league. And we didn't. So in order to not get caught with that same scenario again, we have to realise that it's still early on in the season. And, my man in the corner who's a Chelsea fan kind of said it right as well, We need to be more controlled in these games, and it needs to be more towards the back end of the season where we're grinding out performances. So there has to be some element of criticism to go to the manager, to go to the players in certain games where, like today, we're conceding 3 goals. Okay, cool. It's not on the manager. It's on David Raya. And David Raya,
it's on the manager because
But it's also on the manager, like Mo said, because he got it wrong in terms of the players. Kivior had a poor game today. Odegaard asked to do defensive work. Wasn't physical enough in the midfield, and there's certain elements of that you have to kind of look at and go, cool, we got away with it today. But if he does that against Aston Villa, fucking hell, we're in trouble. Do you know what I mean? Because
I think that it needs to be balanced. And I think I'll give you credit, Brandon, for being actually capable of being objective about things, and even though you felt very strongly about not wanting the manager, you've managed to celebrate wins and become part of the constructive process of building a good team. But if you only focus on negatives, and I'm not saying you do this, but it tends to happen in the discourse. It takes away
from being a football fan. It takes away from I enjoy it. I don't it makes no sense to me, man. How can you watch your team and not celebrate a goal, like a last-minute goal? Yeah, but we didn't play well. Do you know what I'm saying? It takes away from the joy of a football fan,
bro.
Plus, you've got to believe. You've got to believe.
I was sliding in the living room. Do you know what I mean? So
that's great. Yeah, my group chat was people fearing the worst from halfway point, right? But I try and imagine myself as a fan in the ground that needs to make noise to back the team, to get them to do something. You can't have someone sitting there just not cheering and just boo, you suck, get off. I don't like you because you replaced my favorite guy. So it just needs to be balanced. And a lot of the time, there's no positives mentioned because you just move on. You just find the next negative to talk about. Not these people specifically, but yeah.
Can I do this super chat? Can I do this one? Then I'm gonna let you go.
I just want to say one thing real quick.
I need to respect the people that pay their hard-earned money.
You could do that after. No, I was going to say, though, I think the ultimate point and the most underlying thing that has been said that I agree with the most is what Alex said at the beginning, right? Scraping out results is amazing, right? But that's something you do in April, May, and June. Since 2004, when Chelsea have been winning Premier Leagues and Man United have been winning Premier Leagues, and it was just them two back to back. You don't scrape results out in the first couple of weeks of games. You play a brand of football. You dominate teams. You dominate games, and it shouldn't be 2-3 weeks in a row you're scoring in the 90th minute. That's not how it works. And the reason that's not how it works is because you're still fresh. In April, May, and June, you're playing in 2-3 competitions. You're in the Champions League. You're still in the FA Cup. That's when you grind out your results. You're supposed to you've just come off pre-season. Why are you grinding results now?
The only slight
That's
rebuttal.
that's the biggest. I think that's the biggest takeaway. And if there is a concern for Arsenal fans, that should be the biggest concern.
The only
Not
slight
the players and
rebuttal
things
that I
like
have
that, because
to
that will sort itself out. You feel me? I think that's the biggest concern.
The only
Rather
slight
than-
rebuttal that I have to that is we are the only team to have won 4 on the bounce so far this season. There isn't another team that has won 4 on the bounce so far this season. So yeah, okay, we're grinding out results
But you can't do that.
It
for the
just
rest of the
shows.
season. That's why you grind out results
I
at the
know,
end.
but
You just take it to the finish line.
It
At the
just
start-
shows.
Yeah,
It just shows though how much of a difficult league this is, because, like I said, no team has won 4 on the bounce. Not Man City, not Liverpool, not United. None of them have
Premier
won
League's
4 on the
tough.
bounce. We're the first team to have done it so far this season.
But
So-
your luck will run out at some point. That's just you know what I'm trying to say.
That's what I was gonna say.
Eventually, you're not gonna get that goal in the last minute. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Brandon,
Like at some point,
Brandon, you're supposed to figure out your midfield. Oh, sorry, Mo. Go.
no. Sorry.
You're on mute.
You're on
man.
mute, by the way.
I'm not
You
even
might as well be.
talking.
He's not.
I'm not even talking. I'm trying to just get you guys so I can do this.
Sorry. No, it's a great.
I'm not even.
conversation, man.
Enigma saying Odegaard ran. That came off offensively. You guys watched the game with eyes closed. He was the best player on the field. Oh, North side, you have no integrity. Stop. Enigma, you're saying Odegaard was the best player on the field. Oh my God. I get
People
there.
just watch
Enigma,
the way
I
they watch.
respect you as a super chatter and I respect your opinion, because sometimes you come up with a very clever super chats. But this is fanboy super chat. It's literally a fanboy super chat.
Arsenal's best player today.
Even Dawood will not tell you that Odegaard was the best player. Was Odegaard the best player today?
After you do your super chats, I want to have a monologue like everyone's had.
Arsenal's
I'm on the-
best player today was either
North
Kai
side
Havertz.
fake Arsenal fan acting like we lost 4-0. I can't call North side fake for some reason. North side is not old enough to have watched Arsenal win like all these titles. So he definitely doesn't support Arsenal as a glory hunter or anything like that.
Yeah, but also, can I just say, there's people get Northside in the way that he comes across twisted, right? There are elements to what Northside says that is true. Yeah, Northside for the past 2 to 3 years has been saying the same things that he just said,
Yes.
and in the end, it's ended up becoming a reality because, like he said last season, he
Villa
told
won
everybody
4 in a
that
row,
Sorry,
apparently.
what?
we wouldn't win the league, and we didn't win the league. We bottled it, right? And it was down to certain aspects that he was talking about in the lead up to it. So I think the way that he comes across and the way that he says things maybe gets people's back up. But I do think people have to listen and take on board some of the things that he says as well, because there are aspects of what he's saying that is true. You have
Yeah,
to
but it's not our
criticise
job to
certain things.
filter his bullshit from his like actual good stuff,
Exactly.
right? Like, just
Like,
come
you
with
should be
the
able,
facts.
you should be able to articulate yourself in a way where you get your points across without shouting at people and like being so.
Martin is rattled.
It just takes away.
Guys,
From
I've never seen Martin rattled. You guys don't know Martin. I know him well. Martin is never rattled. He's always have a smile on his face. He's never rattled.
Hey, I love no side. He's just entertainment. He's not football analysis. For me, if you hate Arteta this much and he's proved you this wrong to get
Have
this
you
far,
been
like,
Arteta out
put your
before?
hands up and say, look, I was wrong. Let's go with this thing. Let's
Martin,
try and make
have
this
you ever
project
been
work."
Arteta out?
No.
Okay.
It's not been fun, but yeah, like I've had to listen to a
Dawood
lot
has
of
at
people.
some point.
I need to do the rest of the super chats.
Never.
Come on, you Gunners is saying North side. Don't be honest. It is negative. Oh, someone is North side. A lot of people actually are fans of North side because they want to see the team
No.
win.
You read that wrong, by the way. You read that completely wrong. He's quoting Northside. Don't be honest. It's negative. That's something that he would say. No one. He's not agreeing with him. Don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree. Come on, you Gunners.
No, I
can
know
you
English is not your
clarify?
first language. It's cool. I get it.
Shut up, bro.
Punctuation is the same everywhere.
Don't get me started with English.
Can I say something now, Mo?
Can I finish and then I'm gonna let you go, Dawood? Okay, Omar Rushdie saying having 2 average goalkeepers is worry for title charge. Well, I don't think Raya is an average. They are good goalkeepers. They're not Allison and Edison. They are good goalkeepers. Just for some reason, Raya has been making mistakes. Hassan Ali is saying, "Oh, Hassan, welcome back. Thank you for having you back. Great." Raya made the game much difficult than it should have been. The corner kick, the first one, is the one that made it so hard. Rice, best signing of the season. I agree. Madison, but Madison has been injured.
But
So need
Raya
a
wasn't
quality.
at fault for that first one, was he? Like it was the
No,
defenders. who
sorry,
spreading them.
the second
second and
corner,
third one.
the second
The
corner.
second and third one.
Need a quality striker. Gabriel Jesus got involved in 3 goals, and you want to say a different striker? I don't get it, people.
We still need a
But-
killer, Mo, in front of goal.
I'm telling you my analysis about this. If you take Jesus out today, you don't score these goals. And
That's
who knows if the striker will get Havertz involved, will get Saka involved. Who knows,
Odegaard,
right?
Martinelli.
It's a
the
new,
whole-
completely new way of playing football. Are you Pep Guardiola when he got Haaland? Everything was catered to Haaland. And by the way, for Pep Guardiola, I'm going to say that as a fact, it didn't work. Haaland was on 25 goals, and Pep Guardiola in February changed the system to a box midfield because Haaland was scoring goals, but the team wasn't as good as what he was at the end of the season. That's a fact. So you want to risk removing Gabriel Jesus from the side. Who knows if Saka will get the same output, Martinelli will get the goals, Havertz will get the
I'm
goals.
gonna be
Who knows?
shameless. I'm gonna be shameless and make a statement. The only
Right.
reason why Arteta does what he does is because he learned his skills based on what was at when he was the second. He
Which is
doesn't
not
know.
bad,
How,
Alex. That's
No,
not
no,
no,
bad.
no, no.
true.
I'm not saying
That's not
he
true.
does
though.
not know. He does not know how to coach a team with this serious number 9. He been at City with floating
But he was a
forward.
City with
He had
Odegaard.
Aguero.
He had Aguero.
Aguero is
isn't-
different. Aguero is specific kind of. He's not typical number 9.
Yeah,
But
Aguero's
Aguero
I'm,
is
to be
special.
honest with you, like I'm like
I
this
just don't
notion of Jesus. You might get a striker and you might get better, right? But I think it's a risk. And are you willing to to take this risk now while Saka is being developing? While
I think he
Odegaard
already
is
took a
getting
risk
better?
on the mid. I think
Yeah,
he
but-
already.
Yes,
took
he
the
already
risk
did,
on the
and
midfield.
I don't think
Jesus
it's paying
does
off.
not leave the club.
I don't think
right?
it's paying off
Jesus
either.
doesn't leave the club.
Mo, can I just say, right? It's not even about Jesus, right? Because we know what Jesus offers to Arsenal. But there are games where Jesus is ineffective or he doesn't have great games. And then all of a sudden we've got Eddie and Nketiah coming off the bench.
Okay, now I'm
That's
talking. Now
where-
you're talking. Now you're
Well,
talking.
It needs to be.
Now
We
you're
need
talking.
Tony.
But
and
I
we
have
need-
seen people saying, no. We need to bench Jesus and get a true number 9. I'm like, okay, so you watching the same game? Is Saka
Jesus
going to
is
get the
elite.
same goal? NF is grifter. NF
North side, I
North.
think he meant.
is a grifter. His persona gets him on shows. Maybe we won 5 in a row. LFC Badr is saying we won 5 in a row from AFC Bourne to West Ham Brandon. Liverpool
Yeah,
won 5
there's
in a row.
Aston Villa. Aston Villa
Aston
won
Villa.
4 in a row too.
One
I don't
five-
understand where you get the stats from the bounce, because look, my biggest thing with I think
Dawood,
that
it's time now, Alex. But you can ask
Oh,
Dawood
sorry,
a question. You
sorry,
can ask
sorry,
Dawood a
sorry.
question.
No, I'm looking forward to this monologue, man. I'm even gonna go on mute. Dawood, let's have it, man.
Dawood,
same
feel
thing.
like
I'm going
we are
on
all on mute. People, there is 500 people here. Hit that like button for us, please. People,
I feel like we deserve some positivity. Let's go on the other side of the spectrum. Let's do that. Go on, Dawood, man. No interrupting.
no interrupting. I'm in mute now.
Yeah. Let's go.
Nah, first thing I want to say is that I'm not a pundit, okay? I don't get paid to be doing all this analytics, analysis, and sitting and watching the game like this. And when we score, okay, let me write some notes down. Okay, so this guy went here, this guy went there. Okay, he shouldn't overlap there. I'm not a tactician, okay? There's too many fans nowadays, especially on social media, that have become Pep Guardiolas, okay, where they just sit and watch the game, where they analyze everything like their job's on the line. Your job is to be a fan. Your job is not to, when we go live after games, okay, you're getting a fan where he's, elated by how we won the game. I'm excited. I'm buzzing. Okay, I'm gonna say some things where I'm not gonna say on a Thursday afternoon where we're not playing. Okay, this is straight after a game. We've just won a 4-3. Okay, where you got adrenaline, you're gassed. You're not gonna sit and analyze the game properly. Okay, that's the first thing I want to say. And if we somehow win the league, okay, and you want to go back to the season, review the season, and you think, and someone asks you, what were you doing the day that you beat Luton? Oh, I just sat and I didn't really care. We'll beat them. I didn't react to anything. Like we're paying fans. We pay to have emotions. Okay, you don't get paid to to just sit there and just not do nothing. Okay. I pay my hard-earned money to watch Arsenal on TV, to have a reaction, to be emotional, to be angry, to be happy, to be elated, and to say, "Oh, we're going to win the title." Because if we do, then we've gone all the season, we've gone through the whole season where I thought we might win the league, and we've done it, and you have that feeling. But if you think, "Oh, we're not going to win the league, we're shit, this and that," and you want to be proven right, I hate those fans. It's not just Northside. There's just too many fans on different fan bases where they want to be proven right, where they have one statement. They say, "This manager's shit. Okay, I'm not going to celebrate an Arsenal win until Arteta leaves, or I'm not going to celebrate this until that guy leaves." I don't get it. I don't understand that logic. Okay, for me, if I believe Arsenal going to win the Champions League, that's what I believe. Okay, if Northside believes that we're never going to win a trophy ever again, that's his belief. Okay, so that we're football fans. Okay, we're not pundits. We're not neutral fans. Okay, so that's. And another thing I want to say is that this team, where we had it last season, I think Arsenal fans are now afraid. I think they're afraid of getting too excited because they don't want to be in that same situation last season where they thought you got excited and you bottled it. And we have that fear of getting too excited, of just getting, bantered by our rival fans where they think, you're turning into Spurs, you're bottling it. I don't care if we bottle it again or not. Okay. I want to feel like we can win the league. And I'm seeing Man City, I'm seeing Liverpool. They're not pulling up trees, man. Man City how many goals have Man City conceded this season where this is not the same Man City as last season? I'm sorry.
Be careful, Daud. Be careful.
I'm being serious. They're not the same as last season. Okay?
We said this last season.
No. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, that's one thing I want to say is last season, okay, when you said what's Man City's strongest lineup, we all knew, okay, with Kevin De Bruyne, with Gundogan, with Bernardo Silva, with Rodri, with Haaland, okay, with Grealish performing like he was last season, okay, their back four was doing, this season is completely different. You cannot name Man City's best midfield this season, okay? If you take Kevin De Bruyne out right now, you cannot name me their best midfield three. You cannot name me their best back four, okay? Erling Haaland is not doing the same, like, if the way he performed against Liverpool, the way he performed against Spurs, missing that many chances, this is not the same Haaland as last season, okay? He might score 25 goals.
We don't need to do this part of the monologue because City have like 5 easy fixtures coming up, and then I don't think they have any hard fixtures until March.
Hold on. Can I ask, guys? Can I ask everybody on the panel a question? Which is a good. I don't know if we're not going to stay for long, but I wanted to ask everybody a question for real. Tomorrow's game, I had a show this morning with Jerry James and Percy, and I asked them both questions. Tomorrow's game, Manchester City against Aston Villa, without Rodri, Nunes is injured, Doku is injured, Grealish is suspended, right? Do we think Man City going to the Villa Park are favorites?
No chance.
Yeah,
Man City without Rodri.
I think Man City have earned the right to be a favorite in every game they play. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't like that talk. I don't like that talk. That's not football talk.
No, but they've. I mean, bro,
that's last season. This season.
I'm talking about just in general. Man City have world-class players and should be favorites in almost every game they play in. They have one of the greatest managers of all time. They are favorites in most games that they play in. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Let's stop with all of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Man City, how much favorites they are, that can be discussed. But are they favorites? Yes, they are.
For me, I said tomorrow with the injuries that Man City have, and with Rodri being suspended,
it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game.
Hold on, Mohammed. I'm basing the conclusion I'm going to say now. I think it's 60-40 in favor of Aston Villa. I am building this not only based on talk. I'm based in Man City lost every game this year without Rodri. 3 games, right?
Yeah.
Man City don't have a left winger tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
3 out of 4. I think they won.
Actually, Daniel did the right thing. This is exactly in the chat. This is exactly what I was gonna say. That lineup for tomorrow,
which is fine. But Grealish is. But hold on, guys. Let me just. So the people that say Grealish and Doku's injured and Grealish is suspended. Grealish cannot play tomorrow, so they don't have a left winger. Nunes is still injured. Kovacic is coming back from injury and he played some minutes last game, right?
Okay.
So that's my point tomorrow. Based on City are great and everything, but I'm basing it based on Villa have won every single game on their ground. Yes, against weaker teams or whatever, but that plays a big psychological effect. City can
take
win
Grealish
tomorrow.
out. Okay, take a Grealish out, put the Kovacic in, and use Foden on the right, Alvarez on the left, Haaland in the middle.
City will
Cool
win
team.
tomorrow.
No DM. No Rodri.
Yeah.
There's no DM. They don't have a DM.
City.
It's
Okay,
gonna be
Mo,
it's gonna be
Mo.
Rico Lewis. It's gonna be Rico Lewis and Kovacic or Rico
City
Lewis
just
and
need to
Stone.
calm down and play football.
It
Like,
could-
they'll
yeah.
pass their way through Villa.
I think we're
and-
It's not like Villa. It's
I
not
feel
like
like
Villa
Mo-
is
Mo's so
unbelievable.
quick to
Yeah,
write off Manchester City.
exactly.
Like,
City
Stone,
will
not writing them off.
So people
Come
want to
on,
convince
man.
me that John Stones coming back from injury will start tomorrow at Villa Park,
no,
Right.
but
and
bro,
it's gonna be all
regardless-
right.
Okay, no, but Mo,
Right.
regardless of all of
City-
these factors that you're naming, it's still Manchester City under
Okay.
Pep Guardiola at the end of
I
the day.
never take football like this
What-
unless there is
I'm not
one
taking
player.
it.
Until,
I'm not
and
taking
there is
it.
two players in the history of the game that I took games like this, Muhammad, which is R9 and Lionel Messi with Barcelona. Everyone else, for
Bro,
me, because
I'm not-
Haaland by himself isn't an X factor.
No.
Haaland with KDB, if everybody's injured tomorrow and you have KDB and Haaland together they are X factors, right?
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez was an X factor for them.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking Haaland by himself isn't an X factor. We have seen it this year, and he's missing.
I
Foden,
don't
chances.
think Mahrez was not
Bernardo.
X-factor by himself all the time.
Tucker.
Not all the
City-
time, Alex.
Right.
That's absolutely true. Not all the time.
Right.
But
He
what I
came
mean
as a
is that
sub
if I-
and didn't
if
do nothing before. It's
Man-
not always
people
the
take
same.
my statements wrong. If Man City win tomorrow, hats off to them. I will absolutely say you came over a hurdle. But if Man City have everybody tomorrow, they will definitely go to this game 80-20. If Kevin De Bruyne is fit and if Stones is there and they have Doku and they have Rodri and they have Grealish, I wouldn't put £1 if I'm a betting man on Aston Villa winning the game. But tomorrow I'm saying it's a 60-40. That's fair enough.
But Mo, you just
Nope.
said it. Rodri's been missing for 3 games of Man City. They lost all 3 games. So the if you look at the logic now, Rodri's missing tomorrow. How do you expect them to win? Like, plus they've got no Kevin De Bruyne.
My
I can
score-
answer-
Brandon,
we're
go
talking
ahead,
about
Brandon.
that for
Brandon
this one.
wanted to. Yeah.
This is the reason why I make Man City the favourite still, even with their injuries. If you go back to, yes, Aston Villa have been great. If you go back to the Spurs game, Aston Villa versus Spurs, and you watch that first half, the amount of chances that Aston Villa gave up to Tottenham, and Tottenham should have been 4 or 5
Villa at
up
home,
going
Villa
in at
away.
half.
Villa at home.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
The amount-
It matters big
it
time
matters.
for a team like Aston Villa, Brandon.
Yes,
It,
it
matters
might,
for Aston Villa.
there
If
will
you said
be a-
Etihad, I don't understand. If you said Etihad,
there
I
will
don't
be an
understand.
aspect of that. There will definitely be an aspect of that. But I look at it as, look at how many chances they gave up to Tottenham, and this is a Tottenham side that was without Maddison, without all their players as well, and they should have been 4 or 5-1 up going in at half time. You give up them opportunities to Manchester City, regardless of injuries, they will kill you. They will kill you off. So
Well, Man
I
City
don't
got
see,
a lot of chances against Spurs and they didn't kill them.
yeah, because
How
What,
often
who's
is
that?
Haaland
That's
gonna miss open
How?
goals? Mo, you're-
Haaland
you know-
misses
Mo,
open
you know
goals.
you do this all the time.
Okay, Muhammad.
No,
Haaland
Mo, you
misses
do
an
this all the
open goal.
no, you do this
Haaland
all the
misses an
time.
open goal every other chance.
Okay, Mo, you do this all the time.
does, yeah.
Where you stack every single odd against Man City. You give every single context
Well,
as
I'm
to
a
why.
hopeful
Like
guy,
everything needs
and
to
I'm
go
honest.
against Manchester City for them not to win the game. You're
Actually,
so
no.
disinge-
I
Come
actually
on,
disagree
man.
with you. I actually
This
think
person's not playing. This person's
Brandon
injured.
had to
This
go.
is gonna happen. Like, it's crazy, man.
I actually think it's the other way around. Things have to go Man City's way for them to win. I think it's.
I
that
think
way.
normally,
That's crazy.
90, I would say 90%, 10% normally in a normal game of City going to Villa. But
Somebody
now
said
it's
Doku is not
70,
injured.
30.
Yeah, it's still
70-30 for
favourites.
Man City.
I'd say 70% Man City wins this one for me.
I think so.
What's Man City's midfield three?
Do you know what it is?
Calvin Phillips.
I'll go a
I
little
don't think
bit
it
now.
matters. I think Pep will play.
Why
he'll
is
find
it
a
has
way
to be
play.
3? Why is it has to be 3?
Okay, but if Man City
No, answer my
conceded-
question.
one
Why is it
second.
has to be 3?
Okay, it doesn't matter if it's 2 midfield, 2 pivots. It doesn't matter. Okay, if you lose Rodri and you lose Kevin De Bruyne, and also Man City have conceded a lot of goals this season. Let's not act like Man City are keeping clean sheets. Okay, let's not act like Man City are like you only scored 1 goal against them. Okay, their league got a lot of goals. Okay, especially against this Aston Villa team. Okay, with Watkins
And
on fire. I think Watkins
Aston
right
Villa
now,
are the
from-
team that known for scoring a lot of goals.
Ollie Watkins on current form right now is probably one of the best strikers in the Premier
What's
League.
the
in
most?
current form.
What's the most scoring Aston Villa been this season? By how many goals? What's the whole goal?
I don't know. I'll have to do
Is
research.
your what I'm saying. Like you keep saying,
No,
like,
but-
yes, I understand
Emery
you.
used to
research.
say that he
I
wanted to
understand
win
your
games
point.
4-3 instead of 1-0. That was Emery's thing. He doesn't care about
to be
getting
fair,
scored
Alex,
against.
only one team have scored more goals than Aston Villa this season in the Premier League, and that is Manchester City.
Man City, yeah, they scored
Yeah.
33 goals.
Yeah, they've scored 33 goals. Even though Arsenal scored 4 goals today, they're on the same amount of goals, and Aston Villa have a game in hand. So to be fair, Aston Villa have been scoring a lot of goals. To be fair,
I think
And
it'll be
especially
3-2
at home.
Man City.
yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry, proceed. So yeah, just for correction.
I was just throwing in. I think it'll be a 3-2 Man City or something like that. It'll be high scoring. It'll be chaos at times. But I think Pep, he said the other day, or was it today? He said, we're going to win the Premier League. And he said it with such a way that, like, I actually believe him. So it's kind of annoying. I have a feeling he's going to pull something out of his
By
ass.
the way,
but-
somebody
Someone-
said Doku,
someone put a
Doku is
comment for
Doku
me.
is not injured.
Doku's,
Someone
yeah, I
said-
don't know where
Oh.
the Doku thing came from.
That was what happened last game when he pulled out, and he said that he's very doubtful for the Aston Villa game. If Doku plays, that changes things for me
No, not really.
because Doku is an output. He does.
I see.
Uh,
This is where you start going
LFC
crazy. This is why you start saying craziness.
No,
This
Rodri,
is
no
where
Kevin
Daud
De Bruyne.
starts
I'm sorry.
LFC Badr is saying 10 men LFC against Newcastle away, not pulling trees. Lol. I'm not understanding the comment, but fine.
Yeah, when
Liverpool
they came
are
back
dangerous.
against Newcastle. Yeah, that was one flick of a
Pep-
crap.
so Pep Guardiola-
Newcastle
Yeah.
could have won that game, but hats
Yeah.
off to Liverpool for staying in the game.
Pep Guardiola in his press conference today said John Stone's ready but unsure on Doku. So that was
Exactly. So that's
today.
what it.
That was
That's.
today.
So
Yeah, he's
that's-
going to be
Jones
there.
DM.
Anyway, listen, I think tomorrow we'll see. Guys, there is about still 450 people. Hit that like button. I think we're gonna just wrap it up there. Tomorrow in the morning, I have Will Stewart and I have Kunli for you after an Arsenal win. That will be spicy show in
I
the
missed
in the
the Will show.
afternoon.
You should
1
have Lee
PM.
Gunner and the Eagle on the same stream. That will be fireworks.
Tomorrow, also in the evening, we'll have the reaction show after the game, same time, 11:30 p.m. UK time. Martin, thank you so much. There is one more super chat, and
Nice to meet you, Martin. Nice to meet you, Mo.
Yes.
it's Alex. We are
Alex
coming
Eagles.
for you 4-0. Manchester United tomorrow. I hope Alex will be here with us tomorrow after the game.
I have a game I'm playing tomorrow evening,
Mm.
so I'll watch the game and I'm going straight.
Oh,
to
no,
the
I'll be
game.
there. If you'll have me, I'll be there. I'm here tomorrow.
I'll send you the link.
He likes my tear. He
Dawood
likes
can be. Dawood
he
can be
likes
here.
my
See
tears
about
better,
Man
Mo.
City.
He
If
likes
Man
my
City lose-
tears better.
If Man City lose tomorrow, Dawood, you have to be here with
If
me.
Man City
He
lose, I'll be
likes
here. If
my
they win,
tears
You
you'll
have
better.
to be here, Dawood. You have
Yeah.
to be here.
If Man City lose, yeah, khalas, titles.
I just wanted to ask Alex.
Ti-
one thing
Hold
before.
on, hold on. What? Repeat. What did you just say after this?
Nothing. Can't-
Oh, come on.
Don't
Big
do
up
anything silly, Daud.
No,
I don't
I
say
think
anything
it's
twice. I
wins.
never say anything twice. That's it.
No, I just wanted to ask Alex how his 100 million midfielders are doing compared to Declan Rice.
Oh my word.
I actually want to ask you guys something else.
I
How
don't-
is
I don't-
Declan
I
Rice
don't
compared
value
to
money.
Rodri
I
this
don't
year?
I value how players developed.
That's
Players
respectable.
not developed.
We can
My
agree, Mo,
midfield is not
that
developed. Rice is
Yeah.
more developed player than any
How?
of my midfielders.
Forget
true.
forget
That's true.
Chelsea. They're still rebuilding. How is Declan Rice? And someone texted me. How is Declan Rice doing against Rodri this year? Who would you
Rodri's
pick?
still the
for
best
this
game in
game?
the world.
No,
Let's
he's
not be
performed
silly.
better than Rodri this season. Current
Get
form
out of
right
here.
now.
He's had a better
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Okay,
I don't-
I'll say
I
the
don't-
reason why. The reason why. He hasn't had a single yellow card this season. So when it comes to suspensions, Rodri's had how many yellow cards? I think this is he's
A
missing
red
this game
card,
'cause he's
3
had five-
games, and this is his
and-
second suspension.
Yeah, and 5 yellow cards. Okay, Rodri. Okay, when it comes to
To be
suspension,
fair, I can
Rice,
justify why Rodri gets yellow cards though. To be fair, because
Yeah.
usually he's
I can
almost the
say.
last line of defense all the time. When they lose the ball in high pressure, like he's
Rice
pulling
doesn't
people
have to do
back
that
and stuff
because
like
he
that,
can do.
so
Rice can do a 60-yard
Rice
sprint
plays with
in 4 seconds.
Trossard. Come on, Rice plays with Trossard. With
Okay,
Odegaard,
but-
and today he
but-
played with Havertz and Odegaard.
Okay,
Come on,
see,
don't
you're
do that.
being disingenuous again because we literally.
Oh my god,
we
that
literally-
word! I don't know what that word means, but fine.
No, okay, Mo,
Okay,
just
you're
agree.
being
Just agree.
unfair.
Rice is
Just
being
take
better
your
than Rodri.
passport.
let me-
It's your
let me
last
explain
name.
why
Rice
though.
is being better than
The
Rodri.
reason I can't use that same argument for Rice is because we've just spent half of the show talking about how good Arsenal's defense is and how well they are. I'm trying to say.
I think Rice is quality.
Yeah.
Anybody that picks Rodri, I'm basing it based on 14 games.
No.
Declan Rice
I-
has been the most consistent midfielder in the league by far.
Yeah, but I
With-
don't think they choose same players though. I don't think they even play in the same position.
No,
Yeah, they're
I-
different players as well. Yeah, Alex is right.
I will say that this is the first season that Rodri's actually getting carded normally he does a million fouls and never gets the card. So I don't know if that's changed. Maybe the referee.
People take statements out of place. People take statements. When I say Declan Rice has been better this year, it doesn't mean that I think Declan Rice is a better player than Rodri. If I'm picking a team tomorrow, if I'm picking a team, no, I don't. I respect him so much, but I just hate when people say stuff like abstract. Oh, Man City are the best team in the world at the moment. But they aren't playing the best team in the world at the moment.
Okay,
you might as well call the league off then. You might as well give Man City the title then.
Okay, can I ask you guys a question? How many times do Man City need to win 15 games in a row after January for you guys to start realizing?
I am analyzing, Mohammed. I am analyzing the first 14 games. Had Man City been the best team in the world?
And Mo, if you did that the last 5 seasons, you would have probably come to the same conclusion. At some point, you need to realize,
last season,
go on a run in January.
Mohammed, remember, last season was actually Partey better as a defensive midfielder than Rodri up until when?
January.
Yeah, because oh my Mo.
So that means. So actually, hold on. So that means, based on what you say, Alex, but that means actually that Thomas Partey,
you're right.
Performed better than Rodri for half a season, but at the end, Rodri came clutch when it mattered.
The reason why
Rodri was clutch in the Champions League final, was clutch in the cup final.
Rodri was the one that actually scored the winning goal.
You guys are going to be so confused with Kovac scoring 10 goals from January.
The difference between
when Matthias Nunes goes crazy, you guys.
Can I say one more thing,
bro? I'm so used to it happening.
Wait.
I was going to say one more before you guys say anything. I'll say one more thing. You say about Partey. The reason why Rodri performed better than Partey in the second half of the season is because Partey can't stay fit for whole season. Declan Rice has got history of playing 50 games a season. Okay, Declan's got history of playing 50 games a season. Okay, Declan's now currently.
And I'm as a medic, I can tell you one thing: to injuries becomes reoccurring. You only need the one injury for that injury to become reoccurring. So
Declan Rice, 1 second. Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. The 2 players that Arteta signed never missed a game. Kai Havertz hardly ever missed a game for Chelsea.
Stop jinxing it, bro. Like just keep they're gonna get injured tomorrow.
Hold on a second. Let me ask you, how many games Partey got injured before he joined Arsenal?
Well, that's you're doing the logic because he went from La Liga to the Premier League. No, but Mo. He went from La Liga. Okay, well, Alex, he went from La Liga to the Premier League. What judging these players from the Premier League to the Premier League?
He didn't have that many.
No, but Partey hardly missed any games. I know. I've seen. He hardly missed any games for Atletico Madrid. Okay, I think he only got like 3 injuries for Atletico Madrid. But that's coming from La Liga intensity to the Premier League. Rice and Havertz have always played in the Premier League. Not always, but they've been playing in the Premier League for the past 3 years. So they can cope with the intensity of the Premier League. So you can't do that same logic. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. You're comparing a player that came from La Liga to the Premier League, then 2 players that came from Chelsea and West Ham to Arsenal.
Partey missed a total of 7 games in his Atletico Madrid career before joining Arsenal.
Partey went back to the Madrid. He wasn't get injured.
Sometimes it's better to do this.
In his first season at Arsenal, he missed 21.
You know why though? Because he gets asked. He gets asked to do more carrying at Arsenal than he was ever asked to.
No, it's just. No, do you know what it is, Martin? The thing is, we're not even. We're just. It's just fun.
No. I just don't even see that point. Like,
it's just fun.
Some players are just not built for the Premier League. That's all it is.
No, it's funny when you bring Declan Rice like that injury. It's like a stat. You bring it on the table like Rice never got injured, and that's why he was. I was like, it's just chill, man.
Why?
Chill. Why? Because, like I said, for injury to become reoccurring, it's only need the one, and then it will become reoccurring. That's all I was going to say.
You say that, but does Pep Guardiola?
That's literally what the word reoccurring means, by the way.
I know he's trying to get at.
And Alex doesn't even speak English.
But that was a difference between. That's a massive difference between last season and this season, Alex. Is that last season we had too many players like Tomiyasu, like Partey, that can be normal one day and go missing for 3 months. Okay,
I actually don't think. Sorry,
we do this Rodri thing like every year, right? But like, I guess we can say that Rice is the signing of the season alongside Maddison, maybe.
Definitely.
No. Rice is clear.
I don't know.
Rice is clear.
No, we don't really come back to those.
That's your Tottenham hate coming about
Alright.
because Maddison was having just
Alright.
as much impact, in my opinion. If more, if
Yeah,
not
yeah,
more.
for just to get top
Not
4,
more,
yeah, to get top 4.
actually, yeah.
If not, because he single-handedly changed everything Tottenham did. And
Man,
before he got
Tottenham
into-
went through a honeymoon period. I'm sorry, I don't. Rice is doing
No,
another
but this is
level.
your hate
okay?
coming through, though. Like
I'm
we're
not
trying to have an
hating.
objective conversation here. This
I'm
is
not
your
hating.
Oh, you are.
Tottenham
Yeah,
Hotspur,
we're trying to have
Tottenham
a-
Hotspur with Van der Ven, with Romero, with Maddison. If they were all fit, they're still not winning the Premier League. I'm sorry, they don't have that edge where Maddison.
I mean,
has
you guys
this-
are fully fit, and you still might not win the Premier League. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's
No, but
only
at least we're
one
in the
team wins the Premier
conversation.
League.
At least we're
But
in
they
the
were
conversation.
a fun team to watch. They were scoring
What's
goals.
Arsenal
to
edge?
watch, yeah.
I just wonder what's Arsenal edge.
We've got the edge this season.
Yeah. What's the edge? I just want it just for me.
If you look at the two managers that we faced against, the Brentford manager and this Luton manager, he basically just said that this Arsenal team, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're more athletic than most teams in the Premier League this season. This is something that we haven't had in how many years? In 20 years. Okay. When you look at this Arsenal team now compared to this Arsenal team in the last 20 years, you've got players now. How many players in this Arsenal 11 we've got over 6 foot? Okay. In especially, yeah, but we haven't had that in 20 years. That's the massive difference.
How many goals
Before
you
we get
conceded?
bullied.
You know what I love about Daud, by the way? He'll bring anything and everything to make his case over 6 foot. Doesn't get injured. He'll bring everything. I love it. But you know what it is though? And Alex, you're laughing, but that's the beauty of being a football fan, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'd rather be that.
Yeah, but
than-
I'm also
like that,
43.
bro, that's
I'm also
pure.
43
That's
years old.
how it is,
My
bro.
life is not that happy as going forward. I watched all that stuff.
No,
How
but
it used to be.
Alex, prime Chelsea with Jose Mourinho, with
Chelsea had about 3 primes, to be fair.
No, okay, yeah. But
Chelsea,
Chelsea, when
there
they're
was like
in their
3
prime,
teams that are like, okay.
you'd look at Chelsea and you think, wow, this is a massive team. They're strong, they're fast. You get intimidated by them before even going on the pitch. This is what Arsenal are doing now, where if you're standing next to Arsenal right now and you're thinking, wow, Saliba's 6'4", Rice is 6'3", Gabriel is 6'3".
But then there was a Chelsea team that had
You're
Oscar,
seeing
Mata,
all
and
these
Hazard.
players and you're
Which I
thinking, we're not gonna beat them physically. We're not gonna beat them physically. We're not gonna.
You
try to
scared
beat
them though.
No, and then you think we can't outplay them when it comes to football. Why we can't outplay them? Then you think, how are we gonna beat this team? So that's the difference between now and last 20 years.
I don't understand your point of 6 foot because you did not scare Luton today based on physicality.
Okay, guys.
Well, we came back from 3-2 down away from
That's
home
actually good.
in a
That's
very
actually
tough
good.
place to go.
And
So
full headed to win it as well, to be fair. With a player that's above 6 foot. So credit to Daud, I guess. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Fair enough. I mean.
Anyway, congratulations, Arsenal. And will tomorrow Chelsea slap Man United or not? I don't know what's best for content, to be honest. I don't know what's
Do you know what would be fun? I think Man United winning is better for content because like just 2 meaty teams and then one who's having a complete meltdown. I think that's just
yeah, Chelsea just won, right? So we've got to balance it out. United needs a win.
Chelsea
and
got
then,
one,
like,
but they got destroyed.
Chelsea can have
Actually,
one.
it's very fun if Man United win because now you're gonna see Ten Hag in.
Yeah.
You're gonna go back and Ten Hag in. We love Ten Hag.
We don't worth the stream. Don't bother about us.
Anyway,
Go
thank you
watch.
people
They'll
for joining.
Bantigo.
Appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Turn on the
you later.
notification bell. We'll see you guys soon.
It was wonderful meeting you guys, man.
You
Take
too.
care.